Have you ever felt like you were being watched? That unsettling prickle on the back of your neck, the feeling of eyes on you when you're supposed to be alone. For Clara, this feeling wasn't just a fleeting moment of paranoia. It was a nightly ritual, a silent, one-sided conversation that chilled her to the bone. It all started on a Tuesday. Clara had just moved into her new high-rise apartment. It was a fresh start, a blank canvas after a messy breakup. The city skyline was a breathtaking tapestry of lights, a promise of new beginnings. As she unpacked the last of her boxes, her gaze drifted to the building directly opposite hers. It was a mirror image of her own, another tower of glass and steel. And on one of the balconies, a silhouette stood perfectly still. A man. He was just standing there, hands resting on the railing, looking out. At first, Clara thought nothing of it. People enjoyed their balconies, the cool night air. She gave a small, neighborly wave, but he didn't respond. He just stood there, a dark shape against the glow of the city. Strange but not alarming. She drew her curtains and went to bed. The next night he was there again. Same spot, same unnerving stillness. This time Clara felt a little uneasy. He seemed to be looking directly into her apartment. She squinted, trying to make out his features, but he was too far away, just a formless shadow. She quickly stepped back from her window, her heart thumping a little faster. Was he watching her? It was probably a coincidence. Thousands of windows, thousands of people. But by the fourth night, coincidence felt like a flimsy excuse. Every evening, like clockwork, as dusk settled over the city, he would appear. He never moved, never sat down, never seemed to do anything but stand and stare. Clara's initial unease began to curdle into genuine fear. She started keeping her curtains drawn tight as soon as the sun went down. She felt like a prisoner in her own home, constantly aware of the silent watcher across the way. She tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was a mannequin, a strange piece of art. But she'd seen him shift his weight once, a barely perceptible movement that shattered her fragile theories. He was real, and he was watching her. The feeling was suffocating. The beautiful city view she had once loved now felt like a stage, and she was the unwilling star of a very creepy show. Sleep became a luxury. Every creak of the building, every distant siren made her jump. Her mind raced with terrifying possibilities. Who was he? What did he want? Her friends told her she was overreacting. He's just some lonely guy, one said. You're new in a big city, you're just on edge, said another. But they didn't see him. They didn't feel his gaze drilling into their homes night after night. After 2 solid weeks of this silent torment, Haha couldn't take it anymore. Her fresh start had turned into a living nightmare. One evening, her hands trembling, she decided to confront the situation. Not him, of course, but someone who could give her answers. She grabbed her keys and took the elevator down to the lobby, her heart hammering against her ribs. The night security guard, a kindly-looking older man named Arthur, was reading a newspaper behind the front desk. He looked up with a warm smile as she approached. Evening, miss. Everything all right? You look a bit pale. Clara took a deep breath, trying to keep her voice steady. Hi, Arthur. I have a strange question. It's about the building opposite us. He folded his paper. Go on. There's a man, she began, the words tumbling out in a rush. In the apartment directly across from mine. I think it's 14B. He stands on his balcony every single night and he just stares. He stares right at my window. It's been going on for weeks and it's really freaking me out. She felt foolish saying it out loud, but the fear was too real to ignore. Arthur's smile faded. A strange, somber expression settled on his face. He looked at her, then glanced towards the glass doors, in the direction of the other building. He seemed to be choosing his words carefully. Miss, he said slowly, his voice dropping to a near whisper. I'm not sure how to tell you this. A cold dread washed over Clara. What is it? Arthur leaned forward slightly, his eyes holding a look of pity. That apartment you're talking about, apartment 14B? Yes? She urged, her throat tight. He shook his head gently. That's impossible. What do you mean, impossible? Clara's voice was shaky. I see him. I see him every night. Arthur's gaze was unwavering, his expression heavy with a story she didn't want to hear. He sighed, a weary, sad sound that seemed to echo in the quiet lobby. The police sealed that apartment over a year ago, he said, his voice soft but firm. The previous tenant, he was a young man, very troubled. He jumped from that same balcony. The air left Clara's lungs. The lobby seemed to tilt. The distant city noise faded into a dull roar in her ears. Every night, the same spot, the stillness, the unwavering stare. It wasn't a man she had been seeing. It was something else. A memory, an echo, a ghost forever trapped in his final moments, looking out from the place he left the world. Looking right at her. She stumbled back, her hand flying to her mouth. The image of the silent figure on the balcony burned behind her eyes, no longer just a creepy neighbor, but a tragic specter. She had not been seeing a man. She had been seeing his last, lingering goodbye. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you enjoyed this and want more chilling tailies, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, stay safe.